Huzzah. Phone, shut up. Where's my phone acts up? No. The second. The minuscule second.
Podcast room. All right, everybody. Welcome. We're on episode 9, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Yes, 9. I titled it correctly. Cool. Woof! So, welcome to episode 9 of UwU Jump. We will be talking about One Piece again. And we've pretty much finished we're almost finished with Alabasta, right?
Yeah, pretty
Just
much.
about, yeah.
Yeah, because well, Nixie's finished. Dez is.
Yeah, I'm a few episodes shy. I was trying really hard. I binge watched for 2 days straight.
And One Piece is not made to binge watch.
No, it really isn't.
It really isn't, but you know what? I got through at least what 20 something episodes. I was like on episode 90 something when I first started.
After
Now, if you pay attention to the screen, you will notice we don't have Nova, we don't have Zelo. Reason being, it's Zelo's birthday weekend. He got invited to do a bunch of shit, and that's what he is currently doing. And Nova's internet went out again, so she will be gone until further notice. I have no clue when that is, but we always make do with who we have here. So, how's the watch through Alabasta been for you two?
pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I know I got frustrated with a lot of the recap that happened each episode. It gave me like war flashbacks to when I rage quit watching Naruto Shippuden. So
This is why I always just recommend reading One Piece, because that is the biggest fault of it. And at times it's not even One Piece; it's just how Toei is. Because for some reason they decided to make One Piece where they recap one chapter like it's one chapter episodes. So you pretty much get a chapter per episode, and yeah, it's not always the best, especially for these kind of arcs.
yeah, there's
But luckily you're not a weekly viewer, because holy shit does it get bad when you're a weekly.
at least as a weekly viewer, like I might appreciate that recap, but as someone who's like watching, at least 10 episodes back to back, it was
Yeah, as long as you just like knowing that there's gonna be a recap, you can just skip up to roughly where the episode should start. It makes it a bit easier. But trust me, as a person who had was actually doing weekly for arcs like Dressrosa and Whole Cake Island, I was not a happy camper for a while.
nah, I believe it.
No, for
Where was it that we last left off with One Piece before this one? 'Cause I'm
Right.
pretty sure we had at least gotten through Little Garden and we were almost to Alabasta. And now you two have pretty much gone through all of Alabasta.
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
The last thing I do remember, yeah. I said I was just getting on the ship off of
Drum Island?
yes. So that's where I had last left off of. Damn, it feels forever ago now.
Getting Chopper versus getting to the end of Alabasta is a journey.
Yeah, I feel like the whole segment of Drum Island, getting Chopper, it happened fairly fast in my opinion. Not in a bad way, but it was just as fast as when we got Zoro and Nami and, Sanji. Usopp even took a couple more episodes than I would say Chopper did, I think. So the time span of us just crossing back and forth, because it's not just one city in Alabasta that we go to. It's several cities far away from each other, because in the grand scheme of things, it is a desert.
Yeah.
Yep. It is a desert country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so where do I want to try and start this?
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you guys think of the outfits that they wear for pretty much the majority of this arc? Because obviously, this is something that One Piece has over a lot of series, is like outfit changes.
Yeah.
And allowing the characters to actually feel like they give a shit that the weather's changing.
I do appreciate that.
Yeah, I
I
like how we
think
kind of got to see the extremes of each side, because Drum Island being like super cold, they're all in winter gear except for Zoro, and then
Well, Zoro snatched somebody's outfit up though.
that is true. He does eventually snag outfit, but for a while there, he's half naked in a blizzard.
I remember that because he was just asking Usopp. He's like, Usopp, those guys are currently our enemies, right? He's like, well, technically, yeah. The moment he heard yeah, he headbutted the shit out of that guy to take his jacket.
Look, I'm freezing. I was just being strong. I'm broke and I can't afford new clothes, alright?
He can't. He'll get lost if he tries to go find the ship to get his clothes.
To be fair, he was... I don't know what happened on Drum Island that affected him so poorly. But this man... Now I see why everybody says that this man gets lost aggressively. To the point where even... Like, further in Alabasta, the damn Marines are like, what are you doing over here? You're supposed to be the fuck over there. Go that way. It
Like
killed
that.
me a
I
little
thought that
bit.
was funny.
I was like, did they just
was-
fourth wall with the joke?
No, that's legit Zoro. Like, every Straw Hat has their own little niche.
Mm.
That is Zoro's.
Lost.
See, but I didn't notice it up until mid Drum Island at first, because I was like, I'm not really seeing it, because when him and Sanji were on the island with the dinosaurs, they didn't get lost. They knew where to go and where to come back to. I just realized my camera has been blocked. This is why you don't see no movement.
Yet, he is like the walking representation of can get to point A to point B, but don't understand. He doesn't understand the route to get there. He bumblefucks his way into wherever he has to go.
And Sanji made me laugh because he was like, damn it, the highest point to save this place was bashing through walls. He was like, I'm gonna make a beeline. I'll make my own path because I'm not zigzagging through this place.
I did like
Too many buildings.
I did like Zoro popping up at the top of the building and them being like, how'd you get up there? And he's like, they said to go north.
And immediately, Usopp's just like, they said north, not up.
Just, there's that. Then fucking... How did you guys like meeting Ace?
I was disappointed. Hear me out. I was hyped up. And this is no shame to people who probably resemble him, but I don't know why, and this is just not my cup of tea personally. Please, nobody come for me in the future or now. I don't think he's that handsome. He's a butterface to me. Everything's good but his face.
Des, I'm hurt. I'm
sorry.
I'm hurt.
I'm sorry. You can have him.
We got a follow with the Gun Plus shop. Thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated.
Hey,
oh, that is my friend Jan. Thank you, Jan.
Oh my god, you should have told him that we needed to hit 50 so that we can make Zelo cosplay as somebody. Wasn't that his thing that he said?
Before? Was it before the end of the year or before Halloween?
I think it was before Halloween.
We're almost there.
Was
We only need what, 4 more people?
4 more.
Oh man. I'm running to X right now.
But yeah, I don't know. I like the little like preview we got of Ace, and then when we actually got to see it, and I was like, "Ooh, I love me a dark, mysterious man." And then actually seeing him, I was like, "That's a hottie right there." I also just really like how much he loves Luffy as his brother. Like,
oh, that's one of the things I was just like, damn, this is why I'm saying he's a butterface, because the personality is there. Like he himself is amazing. And his body is amazing. That face, I need a brown paper bag and I'll be alright. I'm sorry. I'm
You
sorry.
don't get to have a brown paper bag. I'm taking him. Because it is funny, because I thought I was going to like Sanji more. And then I kind of got annoyed with Sanji.
Really fast.
Yeah. I got
No, you
annoyed
know
with
what? He
his.
pissed me off. He
I
pissed
got
me
annoyed
off
Oh
when
my
with
he gave
his
us
god,
the
behavior.
Gumpler
clothes.
Shop, you should have been here last week for the Hajime no Ippo talk. The thirst was
You're gay.
sky high.
People is gay.
Listen. We're keeping it mostly wholesome this one for most part. Speaking of not attractive,
Oh my god.
Crocodile is not attractive at all.
No.
No, nothing about him. He is not attractive in his face. Yeah, he's a big buff guy, but like I've seen many other big buff guys and he's just not that attractive to me. And then his personality just makes him a total zero. Just a zero. The only scene I ever saw him slightly attractive is when his hair was slightly in front of his face. He's all battered and bruised and he got a little bit of blood. I was like,
Gumpler Shop is calling you out. Fucking wholesome stream and Nixie Roy. Yeah. Oh my god. Des, if you're talking, I can't hear you. Oh my god. Des, Nixie, can you hear me? One sec. Yo?
Marco?
Can you hear us now?
Nah, I can hear you. I don't know what happened there.
No clue.
I wanted to bring this up. So, Des, are you watching this subbed or dubbed?
So I'm listening to it in English with subtitles just in
Okay.
case for the just in,
Yeah.
because Japanese translation and all that niceness. I just try to get both point of views.
So I've been watching it with the English dub as well. This became a fight at one point in a Discord that I was in with friends. Cause I, based off what you said, you've gotten to the Nico Robin reveal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Miss also
Well,
Nico Robin.
Glitter bombed by Nixie Royd.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I knew that they get another member to the crew, and I knew it was Nico Robin. I didn't know what she looked like though. And then I was like, oh, I was watching the episode while I was in a Discord call, and then there were some friends of mine who are really big One Piece fans. And I was like, wait, Miss All Sunday is Nico Robin? And they went, yeah, Crocodile calls her that all the time. And I went, no, he doesn't. This is the first time somebody said 2 and 2, and it was some random Marine. But apparently, the English dub set it up to be like a big reveal where the Japanese did not.
Yeah, no, it is that's I did find that funny too because I knew from the way the person looks like is what was Miss Sunday? No.
Yeah, Miss
All Sunday.
All Sunday.
Miss All
Yeah,
Sunday.
that's how Baroque works. It's supposed to be they have all the numbered agents. The men go by a number, and the women go by a date throughout the week.
And I'm just like, okay, so make it make sense. I was just like, this person is kind of like both-sided. And if you didn't know who these characters were, you'd be like, wait, but isn't this person supposed to be a good guy? We see him on see her posted on plastered with Luffy and the gang. So what's going on? This is not her name. And I'm just like, does she get a name change? Like, does she just choose to change her name? It's like, no, that was her undercover name. Her real name is Nico Robin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, wait, this is a thing? They just revealed it. And then there was like a big fight about like, no, Crocodile always calls her Nico Robin and not Miss All Sunday. And I went, what are you talking about?
To be fair, they had their own private like contract they said they worked together for like what, 4 years, 2 years or something like that?
Yeah, a long time.
She must have. It wasn't when she was still, because she got her first bounty at 8.
Yes.
It was at least a few years before she got picked up, so yeah, probably 8 years.
Okay, so what's it called? So they've known each other. So at this point, they on a first name basis, and I could easily believe that. But to be fair, in front of others, I can assume he's kind enough to cover her information.
Yes,
Her
because she is very much wanted by
yes.
the government.
And he is supported by said government.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I just thought it was funny that I was like, oh, that's like a really big difference between the sub and the dub.
Yep.
I was
So,
not expecting.
How'd you like Ace's powers and his two little skulls
I liked
that
it.
we get to see?
I did love that. Yeah.
Fling fist.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And the fight
That's
against
actually his
Smoker.
nickname,
Oh,
too.
Flame Fist?
Fire Fist.
Oh, Fire Fist.
Fire Fist Ace, that is legit what they call him. God, his introduction was always cool, especially since you get little tidbits of him before we get to Alabasta. Okay, so next thing I should talk about... Actually, a funny one. Before they do their trek across the desert, when they met the dugong. Those sea creatures that had turtle shells on them.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were so cute. I'm
that
sorry.
made Luffy their leader.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. I just laughed because Usopp was trying to step up to him. I remember how he stepped up, jumped down, and then after he got his ass whooped, did Vivi go, oh yeah, they're extremely good at fighting.
Mm-hmm. It made me laugh.
I just laughed though, because how you and Nixie said they were cute,
Mm-hmm.
and then Nami and Vivi also agreed, because they were hugging onto Luffy's leg, not wanting to let him go.
Yeah.
Sucker for some cute anime creatures.
Right. Honestly, I was like, can I get a plushie? I need one.
I wouldn't be shocked if someone made one. One Piece has been around for a long time. They should have people making knockoff merch for them.
Honestly, you probably have to look up on Etsy. That's where you probably would find it the best.
Yeah. So,
Like a
after
crochet
that-
version.
Sorry, I was posting on everywhere so that we can get the followers real quick before the month is over. There we go. I got Cloud to retweet it. You see random names just pop in, don't worry about it. I have my own
So-
private contract? What you mean by that?
How did you like the first fight between Luffy and Crocodile?
It did scare me for a second. I know he's in One Piece because of how far this show's gotten, but remind you, I'm still trying to think of it as if it is a weekly release every episode, right? And when I seen his arm go skinny, I was scared. I was like, wait.
Oh, in the second
Does
fight.
he have... Was that the second fight?
The second fight is where he gets dried up. The first fight is where he gets stabbed right through the chest.
That one also scared me. That
He
one,
also
yes.
got like one arm got like dried up
Yep,
in the first fight.
did it? See?
I'm pretty
not
sure it
Oh
did.
crazy.
yeah.
I'm not crazy.
He drank out of his little
Thing, yeah, that the
His
guy
His little
gave
juicy
him.
juice. Yeah. His own little private juicy juice.
His special Wawa.
His special Wawas. But I would definitely say that fight, it hurts. And then watching him get buried, like slowly but surely in the sand thingy, honestly, I was in suspense every episode up until he reappears. Because granted, I was fully aware that he gets rescued by Nico Robin and then, kind of handed over to the other side. But to Pal?
Hell.
Pell. Gets literally handed over to Pell, and he's like, just give me meat, I'll recover. But I was for the episodes in between, I was just like, our baby boy is suffering. Where is he?
Oh boy,
I
you
need
guys have
him.
not seen what they put Luffy through until Marine 4.
Shh. All right, I'm already suffering.
Why you say
Marine 4 is
this?
a trip. It's a trip that I can't wait until we get to it.
I'm like, my poor baby. Oh.
Actually, I think even before they met Crocodile, how did you guys think of the moment between Luffy and Vivi, where he was confronting her?
I
When
liked
she
it a
squared
lot.
up with him?
Yeah, where she
Yeah.
acts like a Beyblade,
Yeah.
and he came flying back with that left hook.
I love
After
that.
it was a right.
She deserved, honestly, because hear me out. I want her to be, I still kind of, I know she has to run a country, but I wanted her to be part of this expedition. And I'm just like, I want her to join the crew. I want her to be part of the pirates and stay part of the pirates, even though she can't. And I'm like, but every time I have faith in her that she's finally understanding that they got this. And Nami has to keep going. Really? If she'd be thinking the same thing as me, really? All that you've seen and you're still doubting them, they'll catch up. They'll survive. They can do it. And Vivi's just like, but I don't think so. And I'm like,
her whole thing is she sucks at letting go of she doesn't like not having control of the situation.
that is true. That is very true. And that's something that's her own personal growth.
But yeah, my boy Luffy showed her that there were equal rights and lefts.
Hey, equal rights, equal fights. But honestly, I was kind of glad that she finally let go of that timid nature and actually did try to fight Luffy. Because I was like, it's about time you have some action. Because usually she kind of acts like the damsel in distress. Yes, she has her little fidget spinner, I'm gonna call it. Little fidget whip spinner. But I'm like, she rarely uses it. I don't know how she got that far into the society as far as she did. Because you really just ain't it.
Getting their targets extremely drunk makes it kind of easy to beat them down.
You're right. You're right. Sit there, get them drunk, fuck them up.
Now we get to the fights for the Straw Hats.
Mm-hmm.
Or we could go over the suspense, how Crocodile was manipulating everybody in the background by using Mr. 2.
Oh, dude, it was bothering me the whole time. Like, you guys are all dumb. So dumb.
You're being tricked.
Yeah, oh
Don't
my God.
believe.
The thing that killed... Go ahead, Nixie.
I'm a big Mr. 2 hater. I did not like him when we first met him. There is something about him that I'm just like, this man needs to die.
Oh no, he's the first one that needs to die. Crocodile is second, but that man needs to die first because the way that Crocodile could have pinned everybody against each other, but when he acted as the king and was like, yeah, I put the dust in the air only for my city where I live, and making the king say the words out of his mouth even though that's not him, and I'm just like, oh, I hate it here. It's what really set everything into motion at that point. Because yeah, they had a rebellion, but they weren't acting upon it yet until that moment.
Yeah, it needed that little push.
Mm-hmm.
But
Because everything was just speculation.
Bon Clay does get better.
Who?
Trust the process.
Trust the process.
Mr. 2 is called Bon Clay.
Yeah.
Bon Clay needs to die. I don't care about him getting better. He needs an expiration date.
My lad.
No,
so
he needs an expiration date.
I did get to, I think, the part where he gets kind of better, but I don't know, I still want him to die.
Yeah, he needs to die. He did too much.
Future
no,
arc.
no,
the man
him
that
and
sits here
Crocodile.
before you can tell
Buried 10 feet
in
under.
future arc,
6 feet is minimum.
All these negative emotions will flip.
No. Never.
I can't give spoilers, but I gotta play defense.
I refuse to believe.
Man better be begging on his knees for mercy and forgiveness on everybody.
I'll show you.
No showing. I don't want to know nothing. When we get
You'll
there.
understand. When we get to
Okay.
that arc,
No.
y'all's attitudes over Mr. 2 is gonna flip. Bon Clay. He even had his own freaking cover story at one point too. It was funny.
You're not gonna make me feel bad for a villain. There's only certain villains that can do that.
Trust me, I don't gotta do shit. Our Lord and Savior Oda's gonna do that shit for me.
Oh my god. No. Oh, speaking of surprises, I don't know if Nixie has reached his point, but Cannon Gun Kelly yellow-haired mannequin-haired dude who we all thought died on the drunk island. I don't remember his name.
Igaram.
Yeah,
Igaram.
Igaram. Yeah.
We get
She's
at
finished
least
with the arc. You don't think she'd already see it?
I don't know if he appears or not in Alabasta. All I got was he just made it to the docks. That's what I saw. His
Yeah.
outline on the docks is all I got to visually see. I haven't seen him again yet, and I'm questioning what's taking him so damn long. You hear the
You
boom
get it
booms in the
after.
background? Run.
Yeah.
But no,
For now, I know. For now, I get it though. Y'all ain't a fan of Mr. 2.
fan is the
Acquaintances.
furthest word possible
Wait,
from how.
Lord Oda,
In
Lord Oda
the
is
great
you.
in the great words of our savior Kendrick Lamar, now let me say I'm the biggest hater. Like the way that he
Don't worry,
talks,
that'll flip.
the way that he breathes.
But going back to the whole like clothing and outfits and stuff, Sanji upset me because out of all the clothes that he could have got, he decided he was gonna grab belly dancer clothing specifically. Out of all the clothing he could have got from any part of the market, he was like, "Yes, exposed all of the tummy."
Exactly.
Well, I will say there is one
That's
scene
why
at the end of the season.
Sanji feels so hard to defend, even if you like. Even when you're a fan, it feels hard to defend that man.
I am not the biggest fan of Sanji, but there is, without getting like too in depth and spoilery, there is a scene at the end that surprised me with how Nami handled it, but also like I was like, oh, she's like hella empowered too, and knows exactly what all the
for fact.
The bathtub one.
Yeah, the bathroom.
Surprise punch.
See, I haven't seen that part yet, but I could 100% agree that for sure Nami gets empowered by Sanji's relentless, just like
Praise.
yeah, because that would be something to have somebody consistently just praise you for your beauty, your intelligence, everything. Hell yeah, that shit would get to your head. And
in his fight with Mr. Bonclay, he does like be like, you can look like her, but you don't have her personality or whatever. Which I was like, oh, that's
got the brains.
That's kind of
Not
sweet.
the brains either. Fucking tricks him. That's what I was gonna get to next. The fights.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, the Kuros, the Duck Squad, Supersonic Duck Squad.
Duck Squad.
Ducky.
I'm like, damn, they really got chocobos and just turned them into ducks, huh?
I love it.
It was amazing. I loved it.
I legit, the best thing about it, it gives off the same vibe as the Squirtle Squad from Pokemon.
Yes.
Because they all have their own outfits, their own glasses, their own... They got such aura for just being a squad of very extremely fast ducks.
I mean, technically they're a rare species in the desert to begin with. They're essentially the great stallions of this nation, alright?
Yep.
But no, speaking of the ducks, Kuro, that's his name?
Yeah.
He made me cry a little bit. Like, I had a tear jerk moment when he literally got trampled by the horses and camels of right before the rebellion occurred. I was like, no, my baby! And that was like,
oh, when he got dropped?
Well, because he was blocking Vivi from being trampled, so he blocked them with her body. I mean, with his body.
I thought he got shot. I think I'm confusing him for.
No, he gets shot a little further down. He gets shot a little further
Okay.
down. Yeah, it's in that same scene sequence, but the first initial one is they're out before they even go up the steps. He gets trampled for Vivi. Vivi's like, "Oh my god, what are you doing?" And then he has the flashback of we're all friends. We're all gonna protect Vivi. Mounts Vivi on his back, goes up, gets shot, and then he's like, "Nope, gotta keep pushing." And I was like, "Save my baby! I don't want this one to die. Don't do this. He's the he's the little sweetness. No."
And the thing I think that makes that scene hit harder too is the last thing we had seen him in before that was him delivering Vivi's letter to the king, and then one of his like guards being like, "Oh, did you get injured? Let me see," and he wouldn't let them take off his little white
No.
wrapping so they could identify each other if
In case
Clay.
Bon Clay was there.
Yeah, and I was like,
He's like,
oh, I was like, oh, that's such a sweet little thing, because he's like, this marks, it's, the flashback of, this marks our sign of, like, friendship and stuff.
and I was like, "That's
So we know that the group hasn't been compromised.
the homie." Oh.
Now, how do you like the designs of the rest of the numbered agents so far? Personalities and how they've been drawn, like their outfit designs.
I felt bad for number 4. Um, Mr. 4 I feel like he got played.
Which one was 4?
He's on with the
Oh,
goofball
the
bat.
baseball bat dude. Yeah.
He was so, and I don't mean this in any disrespect, shape, or form, slow to talk, to respond. And I'm like, I feel like this is kind of hate crime-ish. Why they do this to
Everything
this
but
man?
swinging that bat.
Everything but swinging the bat. And popping through holes. I did notice that too. Whenever he was moving from spot to spot, he was actually fairly fast doing that. I don't understand what the science of it was, but Miss Mole was on the other side, not helping him, so I don't really understand how that functioned.
I don't know.
What about you, Nixie? How do you like the designs?
I'm gonna be honest, a lot of the Baroque Works characters have kind of just, like, blended together into my head. So, like, Bon Clay and number 3 stand out. Miss Merry Christmas also, but, like, they're fine. I can recognize them as villains pretty easily, but if you were to be like, who's your favorite? None. They're
Honestly, I can't even judge.
I don't know why. I was like, same fight, different flavor with most of them. So
Yeah. So none of that's also for you. That means that none of the fights really stand out or put you on a bit of a edge.
the Luffy ones do, where it's like a big fight, but not. Most of them don't know, and I think there is, like Des said, that thing of like, well, I know One Piece goes on for forever. So it's hard to be like, there's real danger here, when I know that the crew is together for like another 1,000 episodes.
Yeah, it's one of those issues that'll come up being a new person that sees the current crew. It will cut some of the suspense, but
I think the fight
it's
the fight that started the most was Nami versus Nico Robin.
Nami versus Nico, huh?
Right? Did she fought Nico?
No.
No, she fought
the partner.
The
the spiky one. Sorry,
the
you're
spike
right.
girl. By the way, did you notice? Did you notice the boobs? Did you notice her boobs?
Yes.
Draco, I know you noticed the boobs. Nixie, did you notice the boobs?
What about the boobs? They're there.
She turns them into spikes against the wall. When she had Nami pinned against the wall, she turned the top of her head spiky, right? But she also turned her nips hard. and spiky. And that right before she tries to headbutt her with the spike ball on her head, and it's just like, ma'am? what
I mean, I
what are
guess
you
if
doing?
she can turn her whole body spiky, you know? Yeah.
King of Hearts Square, thank you so much for the follow. Very much appreciated. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome
Let's
in.
go.
That is my friend Keith.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, how did you guys like the Usopp in his fight when he did his little speech after he got G checked by the combo attack for the first time?
Oh, when she tried to hurt his
Yeah, she
feelings
was
by saying
talking
Luffy's dead.
Yeah, talking shit about our boy Luffy.
Mm-hmm. And she was like, no, I love that because even though he didn't get to finish his sentence every time he would get beat, he was like, oh, I'm gonna finish this sentence. I'm not saying no other words until I finish this statement. And I was like, good for you. Like it was. I noticed that this Alabasta was like a kind of during all of these fights, it was a slight little like progress towards who they are in definition. Usopp got one, Sanji got one, Nami got one, and Zoro got one. But right now we talking about Usopp.
We could go through all of them, but yeah, Usopp's was one of those that stick out because everyone in the crew gets a moment like that.
Mm-hmm.
Usopp, that one's I think Usopp's most memorable one. Then how was Nami's? I know she had her little thing right before she finished the fight.
Well, because the whole time she felt useless in a fight, essentially. Like she, in fact, for the most part, has just been the navigator, and before that, she was a thief. She's never really had to be in an altercation. She's always usually hiding, dodging a proper thief. Now that she's just the navigator, she doesn't know how to really defend herself. Yeah, she could use a pole arm, but she's not like well versed in it itself. So having Usopp construct one for her, but can be used in multiple ways, it gave her a new self-confidence that she didn't have. Which is crazy because Sanji was already gassing her up.
I liked that she did not fall into the useless female character trope.
Listen,
that happens a lot in shonen.
She isn't the Sakura. No one gets Sakura treatment here for the most part.
She was starting to. She was starting to.
Yeah, like she did have like the advantage of being the navigator, but it's I mean like Sakura is the healer of Naruto at one point, so like it was like, I want to like her, but like I also just wish she was like better at fighting. And then we get to see this where she was like, hey, I just need tools to help me fight, and then like she's able to use them. I was like, oh hell yeah, this is what I wanted.
I will say one thing I was not okay with her doing was essentially, I don't know, maybe I just took it the wrong way, but when she was talking to Usopp, it felt like she was kind of shit talking him a little bit. Because I'm just like, because she's like, we're both, Usopp has at least, he's a sharpshooter, like his father. And I'm like, he at least has that. She doesn't have anything to fight. So the fact that you're saying that we're both useless in a fight, I'm like,
I mean, she isn't completely wrong in the sense because Usopp doesn't develop the special rounds until like up to Alabasta and after. That's where he really starts focusing on making those unique rounds.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he already had what 2 different kind of rounds. He has his smoke rounds.
He starts to build up more. But technically, though, she isn't wrong in the sense because if anybody gets up close to Usopp, like if he can't keep distance, he gets whopped so badly. Like they just beat the shit out of him. Because 9 out of 10 times, everybody else is physically stronger than him.
True, but he does try to stand up for himself.
He gets better. He actually gets an arc where he feels like an MVP in the fight.
Yeah, it was up.
What's
But
up?
that it also shows you though that he's one of his biggest things is he may be shit at an up close fight, but he's a good sniper and he's a great he's good with tools. He's good with making shit. You'll see how much better Nami's weapon even gets because of that quirk of his.
Because he got me mad though. Why you give her a party trick stick? I
Oh
get
my
it.
god.
It all added up in the end. But at first I'm like, you was really trying to get her killed. How are you gonna give me the fighting instructions on the back?
To
You
be
give me
fair,
the
Two-part weapon.
I also got mad that Nami hadn't decided to practice with the weapon before
that too.
she used it. And like, who goes into a fight with an untested weapon, dog? Like,
You've been
but
out
they were
throughout this whole desert. You didn't decide to read a little bit? No
They
perusing?
were
I could have
both
sworn
wrong.
she mentioned that she just barely got it by the time they made it to Alabasta.
Yes,
She's
on the
been
ship
riding on the camel.
for hours, maybe a couple days now. But the point is, you've had time to do a little bit of studying. What are you doing?
A downtime too. At some point, I mean, they they helped trick those grifter dudes into actually protecting the city they said they were going to protect.
Mm-hmm.
Wanna know what's amazing?
What?
None of that is canon.
What?
What?
Basically, in the manga, Ace had so little screen time with the group
Mm-hmm.
that like he had so few, like very few chapters with them. So in the anime, they decided since they have the extra minutes to work with, they made a whole extra storyline just to give him more time with the group.
I hate it here.
Huh.
This happened last time too, where Nova had let us know that something was
Added in.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, why
Yeah,
would you do this to me?
My brain works perfectly fine, like it should.
Mm-hmm.
For One Piece, yeah, that was a completely anime only.
Wow. Sorry.
That's crazy.
Yeah, when you've gotten so deep into the rabbit hole, you'll be able to you'll know the anime only versus actual anime stuff. But that was one of them. But so yeah, they pretty much hit the sprint on trying to get to each area.
I'm punching the air just a little bit. I'm gonna lie to you.
What else? So we go through so we saw Proper versus those two, then Nami's one-on-one. How did you like Zoro's one-on-one? Or how did that one get to you?
Wait, what?
And
Zoro's one-on-one versus Mr. One.
I'm trying
Oh,
so
all
hard
these
to
fights are
remember.
happening at once.
Yes.
All these fights pretty much happened at once.
These are like all blended into my mind is the problem.
Zoro versus the guy that can turn himself into blades.
I
I like this for him. I did like this for him. And I like the line where after he defeats him, he goes, well, Mr. One says, well, you know how to cut through steel now. What's the next goal? Diamonds? And he was like, no. And I understood that moment because it's just like, the goal is not to cut through more and more sharper things. I just want to be the best swordsman. That is his goal. It is not to sharpen his blade, essentially. If he does, he does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But witnessing him realizing, I've had this moment before, where I'm near death, because he kept saying, I've felt this sensation before. What is this? Oh, you mean that time you've died? Or close to death each time and all you hear is your heartbeat? Yeah, that's called near-death experience. That's what's giving you your adrenaline.
But the win or win.
A little bit of both.
I also just like that there's like that callback too of like his master being like a man can use one sword to cut nothing, but at the same time can also cut steel. I was like, ooh, that's a good callback, and then he does it.
Still want to cut through everything. He's like, you weren't listening to what I just said. Mm-hmm.
But no, yeah. Honestly, what was your guys' reaction to getting to see his superhuman strength again, though, when he chucked that part of the building at him?
Well, I already have a crush on Zoro. He just added on.
Yeah.
Coming out the rubble, fucking lifting that corner of the house and just chucking it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If anyone quite wonders why we can compare the One Piece characters to a lot of other verses, it's because they're fucking super. Like, this is what's crazy. Take note. He is superhuman. He has that type of superhuman strength, and that isn't with a. He doesn't have a devil fruit giving him that extra oomph. That's all natural. That's all natty.
Mm-hmm.
He got those
Push-ups,
natural
sit-ups,
veins.
lifting weights, drinking milk, whatever he has to do.
It's not milk. They even acknowledge milk is not good to drink on ocean in heat.
He does nothing but drink sake, honestly. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, for the most part, sake is his water.
His diet consists of sake and lifting weights.
And whatever Sanji feeds them that day.
Pretty much.
And naps.
Yeah, when I first watched that, seeing him get hit with them, like the two punch attack with the fucking razor, like with a pretty much a buzzsaw effect onto him, I was just thinking, oh my god, he's probably down for the count. Someone else is gonna have to clean this one up. Then he finally cut him down, and I was just like, you know what? Oda cooked. I can't fucking deny it. Absolute cinema. Had me thinking for once that another main character was going down. Remember, we're watching the Straw Hat fights after we already saw Luffy get packed up by Crocodile.
Yeah.
This is true. This is true.
So it does begin to put a seed of doubt in you when you're a first time watcher and you didn't know anything about the show. Fucking makes you wonder how awful this is gonna be. But no, then so then it's that. Then it's Luffy versus Crocodile 2. Though I think what happened before that was one of the King's guards, who has the devil fruit power that makes him become a jackal, tried stepping up to Crocodile and it didn't work.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
This second Luffy versus Crocodile fight does prove to me that Luffy has like high IQ in battle situations.
Yes.
Luffy is very much like the common trope of dumbass outside of fight, the complete genius in the middle of a fight.
Yes.
That is just the way it is.
Again,
Then what?
the Luffy fight was probably one of like the stronger fights for Luffy, as far as like I felt like there's actual tension of whether or not he would win or lose. Just
And the second one?
Yeah.
Because now it felt more even. That he could actually touch Crocodile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he could, but I don't know. I just felt like, oh, like, okay, so he's now adjusted, like, how he fights. But then Crocodile, I felt like also was still able to adjust somewhat. I mean, obviously, you know, Luffy wins just because he is the main character. But I felt like it was.
The plot has to move forward.
Yeah,
But
I felt like
at
it was.
least gave you that sense.
Yeah, I felt like it was more interesting than his first fight against Crocodile.
Well, since you're there, since you already watched Nixie, how are you feeling of the third? So the third fight was that the second place, or did it also sort of feel the same as the first one? Wait up, I think my Discord's fucking up. I can't hear Nixie.
No, what third fight?
So his third fight in the underground.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry,
Which is
that's
where
my
I'm at.
bad.
Yeah.
That's the fight I was talking about just now. I forgot that was the third one and not the second one. My bad.
Yeah, second is when he's carrying the big ass barrel on his back, riding on Pell.
Yes. Okay, sorry.
that moment. Okay, so the moment with Crocodile holding Vivi over the edge. What did y'all think on that one?
That man is heartless.
Every time.
But, like,
Bro.
how, like, I did feel like it made him a good villain though. Of like, yeah, a villain should be this heartless.
Oda showing motherfuckers how to write up a villain.
Honestly, yes. He's like, oh, you thought I was gonna let you go? No.
Yeah, Luffy was just hilarious though. Cause the moment he lost his barrel, he was risking to lose the barrel. He was like, "Fuck you! I'll just drink everything, and then I'll beat your ass."
Basically, yeah.
Uh, but that was the good one. The third one was honestly masterclass from our boy Luffy.
Mm-hmm.
How did you like Smoker's involvement throughout this? Him and Tashigi's involvement pretty much through the whole arc.
Which one's Tashigi? Is that the girl with the sword?
Yes.
Bizarro.
I didn't like her per se. She's just slightly annoying to me, I'll be honest with you. Smoker though, for me, I was like, he was smart. He knew he had to leave because technically speaking, he knew he was gonna find Luffy again in Alabasta, and then he would have to essentially act upon his last sentence he said to him. He's like, I'm letting you go for now, but next time I see you, I'm gonna have to catch you. Because realistically, Luffy did save his life, even though he told Zoro to do it, but Luffy is the one who let him live. And it's just good to see that not all Marines are dicks. It's very nice to see.
Like, it's something you begin to realize the longer the series goes. It's that it is very much a great. The whole organization's kind of fucked up because they are in the sense of they'll do some heinous ass shit if they believe it is in the good for the common people, even if they don't really believe that.
Like, I appreciated that he not only stepped away, but then told Tsushigi to like follow her justice, and then when like Luffy showed up and was like, "Where's Crocodile? Where is he?" and she like had, you know, a small inner battle with herself before being like, "No, if we're
That way.
yeah, like pointing to where Crocodile was to Luffy because she knew like her and her men didn't stand a chance, and even if she doesn't want to, yeah, against Robin, yeah, but also just like if that's how strong Robin was, how strong is Crocodile too, you know?
Yep.
I appreciated that.
I guess this will be somewhat of a spoiler. Unfortunately, well, Crocodile doesn't come off looking later down the arc. Crocodile doesn't look the best coming off of this arc because remember how I mentioned that he's been at sea for way longer than Luffy's been alive at that point. Pretty much Oda admits this in his own interviews. He's like, I feel so bad for introducing him too soon because he looks like a jobber and people still use this arc against him, even though Oda's pretty much fixed it by making him really look as strong as he should have been. Because he is pretty much a vet pirate and so many other things go down that would make him even stronger. God, I can't wait for the later arcs. But there was that. God damn it! If both of you had finished it, I could go through the entirety of it.
No, it's perfectly fine.
Because there is a scene that I wanted to ask Nixie, but I want to get that emotion for you out of you, Des.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna watch it, and it's never the same as when somebody explains it as to when you see it. Like, yeah, you understand, like you know what's happening, but it's not the same thing as being like, oh, that's what happened. So go for it.
So, Nixie, how did you, with the emotions of Robin, pretty much coming in clutch for Luffy, giving Cobra the poison to save him, and then Luffy just saving her even though she didn't want to be saved.
Oh, sorry.
I thought that was pretty shocking, actually, that he did save her. Knowing, because he knew that she was originally working with Crocodile. But I also felt like that is just such a Luffy move as well. To be like, nah, I'ma save you because you helped me this one time, or whatever, right? And now we're friends.
To be fair, Crocodile did betray her too, though. Said,
Yeah.
I ain't trust you. I did watch that part of the fight, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, she actually did admit, like when she admits, oh yeah, I did see the info for the weapon, but I knew I couldn't give it to Crocodile. It would be too dangerous.
Yeah.
It's hilarious because a TikTok creator pretty much sums it up best. You could pretty much, for Luffy's theme song for all the crew that he's brought in, it's pretty much don't save her, don't save those hoes if they don't want to be saved. Don't save her, they don't want to be saved. Don't save her, but Luffy ignores that rule, picks everybody up like they're stray fucking kittens, and brings them along whether they wanted to or not.
Every time he collects, and matter of fact, he's the reverse version of the cat distribution system. He is the kitten collection system.
You're my friend now. We're having soft tacos later. Go for it, Nixie. Go with what you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly just blinked out as soon as I stopped. So it's raining again where I am, and it is not helping my head concentrate.
Is it relaxing the brain muscles?
No, it's just making them hurt.
Oh no, I'm sorry. No, what I was gonna say is our old man, our Obachan, if you will. Am I using that right? I hope I'm using that right. G-chan or Obachan, one of them. Old man, grandpa.
I think it's G-chan. G-chan is...
Say Oba-chan.
Oba, I think, is for grandma.
Oba's grandma?
Yeah.
Y'all let us know. Y'all let us know. Y'all do the research. I'm sorry. Anyways, I should stick to my own language. Gramps, who gave Luffy that little bit of water, has been digging for 20 years. How do we feel about that? How do we feel about that commitment?
Kind of fucked up.
So fucked up. Everybody left this old man by himself, by the way.
Even his own
Even his son.
I'm like...
Oji-chan, so yeah. Oji-chan is grandpa.
Okay. So Oji-chan. Okay, so we got the G-chan part. It was just the Oji.
It's Oji, not Opa. It's Oji.
Oji.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah, that was a very depressing thing, realizing everybody else was saying there's no... And take note, it's all because of Crocodile.
All because of Crocodile. And mind you, this man was the quote-unquote hero of this place.
Yep, he made himself look good. Fucker was intelligent.
Now, I do have a question, right? I do have a question. The king, these 20 years, he genuinely was just that aloof to him and his people?
No, he has been trying everything, and take note. It's a story of him trying everything he can to help his people, but Crocodile because of Crocodile with Baroque work, because this is how it is. Nobody knew that Crocodile was technically the leader of Baroque works.
True, not even Baroque knew.
Not even, no one in Baroque works really knew. No one in the world government knew. No one in Alabasta knew.
Wait,
so
the world government didn't know who...
Yeah, they did not know that it was Crocodile.
Oh, no. They knew who Crocodile was. They just didn't know he was Baroque.
He was the leader of Baroque works.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Continue.
Not even they knew. He accepted the title Warlord, which is the 7 Warlords, which is what Mihawk is as well, by the way. The sword dude that gave Zoro that nice scar on his chest.
Beautiful scar. Lickable. What?
Dunked on our lad, but so that position gives them pretty much protection from the government, as long as they helped bring in pirates and shit. So already having that title gives you a somewhat good look to the public. And then him actually doing his job of stopping pirates that would go rampant in Alabasta made it where the people slowly started to turn on Cobra. And
Yeah.
anytime Cobra did make a push to try and see if he could help, of course it didn't go well because Crocodile would get the info through the Baroque work agents and then stop it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's pretty much
screwed that whole time.
He was
yeah.
playing
And take note, he managed to sneak in people from Baroque Works into the Royal Palace as like the security.
Mm-hmm.
And he even had some helping instigate with the rebellion.
But
so,
it bothers me though. I'm like, you have all of these soldiers who basically live together in the palace. And y'all don't notice the Baroque tattoo on their
No.
left shoulder?
No, they keep them hidden as best they can.
No, I don't want to hear that. It's been
Some-
20 years. Y'all don't notice tattoos? Y'all don't see tattoos?
Some
You
of
think-
them probably
do you
don't
think
even have them.
do you think they're exploring each other's bodies?
I'm assuming somebody has to take a
Think they
shower, change their clothes at some point. Y'all not noticing arm tattoos
some
is
will
a
have
big
them.
red flag.
Some will have them, but then some just. I don't think everyone had them because
No,
fucking guards' outfits didn't even have. I don't remember the
they were
best guard
sleeveless.
outfits having sleeves.
No,
Yeah,
they were
that's the thing.
sleeveless.
They don't have the sleeves.
They don't have
They-
sleeves, so they have an open arm tattoo with a slight
They
bit
don't-
of a,
they
a
probably-
cape.
So they don't have.
They probably sent in agents without the tattoo.
No, that's what I'm saying. All of the agents that I remember seeing on screen had a tattoo, except for the people who were in the rebellion. They had sleeves because they're in the desert, so they got a different outfit. They don't got imperial armor, essentially.
Yeah, the ones they probably sent into the royal palace, since they saw the outfits, they're like, don't have this tattoo. We'll pick the ones that
No,
still don't
you're
have
understanding.
it. And we'll throw 'em in.
Okay, in the last rebellion, right
Enemy
before the bomb
searches
goes
up.
off, when the bomb goes off, and the military side, the gunshot happens, and their friend, the military people go literally look at the guy with the gun in his hand and go like, "What are you doing?" Holds the man's arm up and is not noticing this big tattoo on his arm that says Baroque.
So I do know that he had the Baroque Works tattoo.
And then the other side
don't-
obviously had infiltrated people too.
I don't know if it was obvious that Baroque Works was a criminal organization to the general public.
That would be the only way that they could get away with it.
I don't think it was a well-known like crime syndicate. Unless you had like run across them before. I don't think most people knew about them, and I imagine
Okay, so
they made it more
all that's
hush-hush.
known of Baroque Works is that they hired common bounty hunters. So even if they did know of it, they probably thought of it as just a bounty hunter group.
I agree with you, Des, that they should have noticed the tattoo on that one dude sooner.
Yeah, because it wasn't until the plan fails that the syndicate gets exposed. So the syndicate might have been very underground.
I need to be in charge of military. I'm gonna document every tattoo. I'm sorry. Now, if you got your tattoos in no-no zones, then I can't do nothing about it. But if you bold arm in it, that's going on the books. People with the same tattoo, huh? That's not oddly suspicious.
Some lower ranked members
Probably
carry
noticed.
it. So it's probably not all of them.
No, not all of them. Well, I see what you're saying.
So
I know the big chunky guy who let off the first cannon had it as well.
Yep.
He was supposed to be hauled off somewhere.
Because Crocodile heavily enforced secrecy throughout.
He did. Oh.
So yeah, it was probably very underground, and then even then, only a few members would ever have them tattoos.
Do 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 do.
So yeah, they would use the rain powder and spread lies to help get the citizens against Cobra.
I forgot about the rain powder.
The
And
rain
then they
powder
would
got
frame-
the man.
They do everything possible to frame Cobra and his crew to make sure they were the bad guys.
Mhm.
Yeah, the Bond Clay thing was stupid.
Bon Clay?
Mr. Two.
Mr.
Oh.
Two.
I'm
When
never
he
gonna
pretends to be the
memorize
king.
his name like that. I just Mr. Two or Ballet Man. That's all I'm giving him. Mr. Tutu, if anything, if you will.
Also, Sanji's fight against him, like, pissed me off for a little bit.
In what regard?
Once he realized he could use Nami's face, and then it wasn't until after Sanji was like, well, you might have her face, but you don't have her personality or her soul or whatever, and then I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
He gets points back. But also, like, my guy, we cannot be simping mid-fight. Like, how do you forget that the person you are fighting against is not your crush?
I've seen small snippets further along. I'm not sure how much further along. I know it's not anywhere near, but I'm assuming it's somewhere between 800 and 1200, where Sanji's not able to harm women, does do more harm than good to himself.
Yes, and it is actually explained. It is a minor thing, so I'll just explain it since it doesn't like break the plot.
Yeah, okay.
So, we all know that he was raised by Seth, correct?
Yes.
The guy with the peg leg?
Mm-hmm.
In a flashback, basically a flashback that we get for him, it is explained that when Sanji as a kid one time was surprised that the owner would kick the shit out of all the guys, but when a female customer complained, he's like, man, why don't you do that to her? He got lit the fuck up by Zeph, and then he's like, you fucking idiot. Men are supposed to be, we're supposed to be gentlemen. If I ever find out that you hurt a woman, I'll fucking, I'll cut off I'll cut off your wiener, and then I'll make sure I kill myself afterwards.
Oh, so he's
traumatized. It is a very much personality thing that was beat into him.
It's called trauma. The boy was traumatized.
Well, not even trauma though, because take note. It was then when Sanji was like, whoa, why would you go that far? And he was like, you fucking idiot. Because a parent is supposed to raise his kid right.
Right. He still traumatized the kid. I'm gonna chop it off is a strong statement there. And then I'm gonna myself.
Take note though, Sanji didn't even pay attention to the part where his wiener would get ripped off. It was more he was more worried about Zeph going as far as having to off himself to make up for Sanji's fuck up. So no, it wasn't even trauma of him losing his piece.
It's not the piece. His quote unquote dad, for all intents and purposes, said he was gonna unalive himself.
Life lesson.
No, trauma.
More of a life lesson. They explain it. They do go through the scene way better than I'm explaining it.
Mm-hmm.
But because take note, I'm giving you my version of how the version is correct in the detail, and how it was what was said, but it is set up way better than what I'm saying.
No, I get you're summarizing, but he did. If he still stated that he was gonna no longer exist, then I would want the man to live. So I'm never going to do this.
Hey, no, Sanji didn't even take that poorly because all he focused on was the fact that Zeph called him his dad, or Zeph said he was Sanji's dad. Because Sanji. So for a future arc, we get to see what Sanji's family is really like. And all I can say is, God, you guys are going to hate his family.
They had the poor kid cooking in the kitchen, not because he kind of like just wanted to. It was like kind of enforced. He was already on a ship as a chef.
That is not his that is not his complete backstory.
It's not. I mean, it's the beginning piece that we get.
That's the backstory we get to explain how he ended up with Zeph. That's not his full backstory, and I say this now. You won't remember it, but I say it now. That his backstory before that is fucking rough.
Okay.
So when you compare to what Zeph did to him, raising him, compared to his real family, Zeph is a fucking angel that actually did care about Sanji.
I mean, he was still inane for sacrificing his leg in food.
He gave him all the food and ate his own leg.
Yeah, he's like, I'd rather eat my own leg than let a child starve, which is just chef's kiss. Oh. Okay, you did get to ban it. I didn't get to see it in time.
But what else? But yeah, that will be an issue for Zanji. God, you guys aren't ready for the Fishman Island arc. That's the worst of Sanji.
What?
That was a real bad one.
When I just can't wait to see the island with the women. That one I heard
Oh, Amazon Lily. Yeah, that's a few arcs away.
Yeah, that's one I was putting in reference to begin with, because I knew that one was gonna be a strong one.
Right.
I had to restart my model because the screen had turned off on my laptop.
Oh no.
Okay.
So I had to restart her, but the video should still be picking her up. Yeah.
Righty, right. But what else? What else did you want to talk about the arc so far? Oh no, wait. Actually, before that one,
I actually have a question.
Nixie, how did you feel of seeing that whole where the straw hat, when Vivi's pretty much trying to bring the straw hats with her to celebrate, but they tell her to go on ahead, and then afterwards after she's out of sight, they all fucking drop.
I like that. First off, Sanji did good points as well for in that scene being like, no, don't tell anybody about the good things we did here. We are pirates after all. I thought that was like a good little detail. And then yeah, them like all holding it together for Vivi so she doesn't feel like guilty or anything and can like move on. I thought that was really nice.
That's something that's gonna happen. Okay. I'm like that sounds amazing. Just hearing it sounds amazing.
Yep.
Although it doesn't make sense because Luffy acknowledges that he is a good pirate. Since the beginning, he's like, there's crappy pirates and good pirates.
He doesn't call himself a hero at all.
Not a hero, but a good pirate.
No, he doesn't even say that. He's just a pirate.
Okay, well in the live action one, in the live action one, they say that there's good pirates and bad pirates.
That's not what he does in the fucking manga.
I'm aware. I'm just letting you know that different versions.
I respect the live action because it wasn't a shit live action like so many other animes fucked up. It wasn't it.
That's not what happened.
No. He's just like, we're pirates, goddammit.
I do have a question though. Do you remember when Chopper, Luffy, and Zoro accidentally fall underground and they see this big block? This is while they were in the desert and Luffy was kind of like out of it at first. They find this big block and it's identical to the one that is underground in the stairs where Luffy has this fight with Crocodile.
So those blocks are called poneglyphs. They're very important to the story. For the most part, they have information from a thing called the Void Century, which is around 800 years ago, where there is just a giant chunk of history that is missing or been rewritten. But the one that Zoro finds, I believe, isn't canon. That was a part of the stuff they added. Because later in the series, they do admit how many of them have been spread across the world. And if you add the Zoro one, it's one more than what they originally said in the main continuity. But those are real. They hold a lot of info. Not all of them contain weapon information. Some are straight up just messages to people in the future.
See, because that's why I was confused. I was like, wait, because I remember hearing when Robin was reading the first one, she was like, it's basically just like ancestral information, blah blah blah, right? And I was like, so why was the other block so far away in the middle of the desert? Like there was you can see that there was what do you call that when buildings are just like kind of broken everywhere?
Ruins?
Yeah, you can see that there's ruins above and slightly below, but like it's just so randomly in the middle. So it just makes sense that it's not canon and it is just essentially filler of them getting together. But I'm just like, make science for me. But I'm glad you made science for me.
Yes, so pretty much that one is non-canon, but the one they find with Robin is obviously canon. and they are very much important to the story.
He does.
So far, only Robin is able to read them. That's why she's important. So.
Also, I can't
Right.
remember, but how did she say that she was able to read them? How does she learn?
She is so basically info for later,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't break everything, but it is important. She was a part of an island full of scholars, and those scholars were looking into information about that ancient history.
Okay.
And because she hung around with the scholars a lot, she eventually learned how to read those letters.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Where did she disappear to?
At this point, if you guys have any questions, I'll try to answer them as best as I can.
Nixie.
I'm trying to think if I have any questions. Because I feel like Alabasta as like an arc kind of ends in a nice little bow.
Do you have any thoughts?
Nixie,
oh,
what did you like about how they left the message for Vivi, the way they did the arm thing?
I like that. I like that they're able to communicate with her, and by not like directly communicating with her for her protection. I thought that was like really smart how they did that, because I don't want to give too much away for Des.
okay. I do have a question, but it kind of pertains to what you guys were talking about. But
go ahead, ask.
Go ahead, finish first.
No, that was the end of my thought.
Okay. I don't really understand how it's gonna be for Vivi's protection about essentially not associating with them and whatnot. If the king, her father, I hope he doesn't die before I get to finish this my episodes. But the king himself has met Luffy. He's where I am is where Luffy himself is essentially fighting in front of him.
Right.
They're in the same area. And so I'm just like he's already heard of Luffy. He's been told that Luffy helped Vivi get to back to Alabasta and his crew. And now he's seeing him fight for Alabasta in front of him.
So
at that point it's like there's gonna be a strong association here.
Yes and no. So it kind of depends. Like, so the association is if they are seen publicly, like, about it, and so there is like a point where it kind of like gets to a point where
there is a let me just be real.
Mm-hmm.
The world government would never allow King Cobra or anyone to admit that Luffy and his crew were the ones that dealt with Crocodile. Because then they would pretty much have to admit, yeah, the guy we appointed to be a warlord did this, nearly took over an affiliated kingdom. So they pretty much spin a story that makes it sound like Smoker did it.
Okay. So what are they gonna do with Crocodile in this situation? Like, how are they gonna spin it?
So
they admit that he does wrong and they throw him in prison, but they just, instead of Luffy, to the wider public of the world, instead of admitting Luffy did it, Smoker did it. That's all they do. It's pretty much only a small group of people know the real info, so we're just gonna let everybody else tell everybody else this modified story.
So the people from Alabasta know, and essentially everybody who was involved in Alabasta knows, except for the rest of the world.
Not everybody in Alabasta knows.
The royalty will know. Everyone that's royalty and tight knit with the royalty will know. But the common people don't know shit, and pretty much the rest of the world don't know the truth. Well,
Oh,
except for also Smoker and Tashigi, they know the truth.
what about Vivi's boyfriend? The one who got shot.
I won't fucking lie. I know he lives, but I don't ever think he gets brought back in the later chapters.
That's
I don't.
crazy.
I'm 90% sure his ass never gets seen again. Maybe in the cover story, yes, but take note, those cover stories are all like very expanding. Some are one chapter, some are multiple chapters. So I would have to do a deep dive on the cover stories.
Mm. Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he even is 100% aware that it was the Straw Hats that helped the whole situation.
I don't remember if Phoebe tells him the truth with the Straw Hats, but he is at least there when to expose that Crocodile was the one that was in charge of the Civil War.
True.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because none of the pirates were there when Vivi and her father and the I almost called it a dingo.
Jackal.
The jackal character, he were like when all of them were involved up there, when the boyfriend had showed up, her old leader, if you will.
Pretty much the second fight.
Yeah. It's just before Luffy gets there. So it doesn't get to happen just yet.
Yeah.
He don't get to see Luffy in action. He
Pretty
probably
much.
hears of it later.
I feel like if Vivi ever got to meet him again, she told him, but
Where are you going?
and maybe his
Oh,
dad.
you getting the kids.
But yeah, I'm 90% sure he doesn't pop up. Maybe except in a cover story.
Which is a shame because they got Todd Habercorn to voice him as in English.
Yep. So, anything you want to talk about, Naz, so far of Alabasta?
So for Alabasta, I'm trying to think of everything. And the thing is, there's a lot of like, since you said there was a couple of things that are not canon, I'm trying to think of just so
Just say
much.
what you think, and then I'll try to remember if it's canon or not.
No, it's just like the little tidbits of how the king, well, Mr. Two posed as the king and said, just burn this place to the ground. I know that's canon, but it's just like maybe I got momentarily distracted and didn't see it happen.
What's up?
What?
Of what? Of what? Like the.
Well, Mr. Two tells everybody, burn this place down, and that's when. What is his name? Because I keep saying the boyfriend. What's the name?
I think it's Koga.
Koda? Okay.
Koda or Koga?
It's Koga.
With the G? Okay. So when Koga visually sees it happening, and like we already addressed that kind of piece, but like do we get to see how messed up the town is left behind? That's what I was saying. I'm not sure if I got to physically see it or if I got distracted.
Which town specifically? The kingdom, like where the final fights were happening, or where his old man was?
No, not where his old man was. It was a town full of people, and the king had showed up with his quote unquote king had showed up with his army and said, yes, I'm the one who used the green powder to keep what's it called, to keep my village safe, this and the third. I'm gonna burn this place to the ground. And there's people literally saying, what are you talking about? Don't do this, please, king, have mercy. And Koga shows up and goes, say you're lying right now. Like, say you're lying right now. It was in that town. I don't remember the name of the town. If I saw the damn
I
It
don't
was
think
when
we ever
Bon Clay
see-
was posing as the king.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think we ever see what happens in that town.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the royal guard that were with him were obviously Baroque Works agents.
Of course.
So I don't know if they actually did follow through on destroying the place, or if they just booked it out of there and then went back to where they needed to go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know
Remember,
they beat up that little kid.
They
yeah,
sure did.
The little kid heard of. So actually spotted Bon Clay, but yeah, it was this whole thing. I don't remember if that town ever got spotted. if they ever showed us again.
Hmm. Do we ever get to revisit Alabasta or any of the places that we've come to see already, like in the
From
far
time to
future?
time, we get snippets of how they're doing,
Uh huh.
but we don't get like a full ass episode with them.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Which is nice to revisit. It's like when, for example, with Naruto, you get little snippets of how uh the or the Cloud Village is doing. The Hidden Mist and Cloud, sorry. You get to see how they're doing relatively, and forgive me for butchering anybody who's listening for the name of these villages. But the village where the sand is hidden in the sand. You see how they slowly progress over time. So that's nice that they kind of share that. Because I don't like it when animes they be messing up whole ass towns and you don't get to see the reconstruction of it. And I'm like, I need to know, are they ever gonna financially recover from this?
They do, and you actually, after the whole fight stuff,
Uh-huh.
you do get to see the people rebuild at least the city that they were in when the fight was happening.
The main place.
Yep.
Okay.
Now,
And I
I
don't
have
really
to
have any more
admit this,
questions. Oh,
and I know we haven't done this. We haven't done this yet on this fucking podcast because we all try to hold out.
okay.
I have to piss real bad. 2 cups of water and 4 beers in rapid succession have really gone through
Did you
me.
drink all those beers already?
I'm on my fourth.
Good sir,
Goodness
you
gracious.
didn't have none before we started this. It has been an hour and a half. Go potty.
Yeah.
Go
Now
potty.
I have to go piss. YouTube, if you want to talk or do you want to put break time on so I can make the decision before I walk away?
Nixie, what are we going to talk about?
Do you want?
Talk about
you
anything. I don't give a shit.
do you want to
If you
gush
guys feel
about
like
Zoro?
Yeah, we can,
do
we
that,
can go.
hell, you can make your boy. If you want to do your whole boys love thing with the One Piece characters too, like you did the Hajime no Ippo characters, go for it.
All right.
Okay,
I won't
okay,
have
okay.
headphones
All
on
right.
this whole time.
I will say I have gone on to AO3 for One Piece fanfiction. Number
All
one
right,
Okay.
cool.
ship
So
is
you
Zoro and
start going.
Sanji.
You start.
You have a ship before Zoro and Sanji?
No. The number one ship, like the most written couple on Archive of Our Own for One Piece is Zoro and Sanji.
Oh, well, that just makes sense, though. That just
They
1001 makes
they
sense.
yeah, they be fighting each other. The
They
sexual
fight. They
tension's
fight
too
like
strong.
lovers. Exactly. Now, I'll be honest. I think I've stayed faithful to Oh my god, I forgot his name. I haven't seen him in that long. The one with the red hair. That
Oh,
Luffy. Yeah.
crap. All I'm thinking of is Ace, and that's not it. I know who exactly. Shanks.
Shanks. Like I will forever have a crush on Shanks.
He
One
do
arm
be
or
a
not.
hottie.
It's alright. Oh, he's a hottie.
You know,
Um
Sesshomaru also only has one arm, so like,
yeah,
same.
same. Um Zoro for sure. Sanji for me is like mid, not just because of his personality, but he's just not he's not fully my cup of tea. Like he
Yeah,
gives a little, but he don't really feed me that well. You know what I'm saying? He might give my
yeah.
son, but not enough.
I am. He's growing on me because I thought I would like him a lot, and then the
Mhm.
simp thing has really like
Hold it back.
turned him off from me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like if that does get toned down as like the series progresses, then like he can come back into the fold. But
I
I
think
agree.
Draco and Nova both said that it does slowly get turned down. But he overall still has his roll the tongue out. Oh my god, women.
Hard
Um,
eyes, heart smoke. His
it's
little
it's
eyebrow
it's
curl
his
turns into a
niche.
heart.
Exactly. You know how many times I laugh because Zoro keeps pointing whenever they're dishing out disses, right? Zoro loves to
Mm,
point out uh his little squiggly eyebrows. He's
yeah.
like, "Your weird shaped brows," and I'm like, "Stop."
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong because how did you get there? How did you receive squigglies? Who Smoke is like I said, he is that I think Smoker is honestly the love of my life. Don't get me wrong, Zoro is the hottie, but everybody likes him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Your finger. I don't know if you heard it. I smacked my mic in the process of trying to get to it.
Nah, I got it.
But yeah, no.
Yes.
Look, uh-huh.
Smoker, he's fine.
It's just
I already
it's
said
because
I
I
like
could see
Ace,
the
but you
growth.
don't.
Yeah, you can have Ace. That cookie's for you. You might have to fight Nova for him, but I'm not sure where Nova stands in that aspect. But I can say, who else that I've seen that I'm just like, ooh, that's a little schneck. I'm sorry, Usopp is best friend material, and
Mm-hmm.
he's will stay in the friend category. That nose just it ain't it. If I'm going
No,
in for a kiss and it hits my eyeball, it's not okay.
I'm so glad they did not put his nose in the live action.
Honestly, I'm a little sad that they didn't because hear me out. Without that nose, he's kind of like a background character. Like yes, he has a
Uh,
little bit of an afro, but I've seen many afro background characters, and so I'm just like,
I
he
don't know. I see where you're coming from, but I'm also like, it would have looked so
or at least not so
silly.
aggressive. Probably just a little bit longer, just like a little bit of a
Yeah,
longer nose, a fake nose piece, if you will.
yeah, a little
Like give him maybe even a button nose. You know what I'm saying? Where the nose just pokes out a little bit, but the little button of his nose is a little bit rounder. Not as aggressive as our Captain Buggy. Good God,
ah,
Batman. Good God,
Mr.
Batman.
Detachable PP.
Leave it on the table for me while you go out. No,
um,
that man. Period. Like, don't get me wrong. He might be an asshole to the world, but he's loyal to his crew. So I can give him that one. It's just like, oh, loyalty, love it. You made sure before you went to go fight other pirates, you went to go look for your crew. Bet. Who
I'm trying to think of
else?
other characters, and all I could think of are the kid with the pink hair and glasses
Pink hair and glasses?
in the Marines.
See, he's still a kid. I need to see him
He's
have a
still
little
a
bit of a
kid,
glow
but
up.
then there's like the son of the Iron Jaw guy,
He is
and the
he is such a miss. I'm sorry. The
it's so
hair,
bad.
it's so bad.
Well, I then like seeing him because I'd seen the live action before I'd seen anything else One Piece related, and so like
Even in the
seeing
live
the
action,
live action version of him, where it's like, all right, I get it. He's
he's
not
still
supposed to
no,
be
no. Even the live
attractive.
action, it was a miss for me.
No, it was definitely a mess, but it wasn't like that bad. But then you like look at the anime and you're like,
And then
oh,
he gets
he's
the
supposed
chop.
to be like fugly.
No, but right when you see the anime, you're like, oh, I understand the mission. What made me laugh though is the fact that they gave Zoro the right to chop his hair into that funny shape that it has now. Because I was like, oh, that's so good that he. And what's funny is that all this time that has passed, he's chosen to keep his hair in the same style.
Mm.
It's not like he's trying to grow it out. No, no, no. This is his shit. That he likes this. He's scared that Zoro might come back and chop it the same way, so I might as well keep it up. Um, let me see. Uh, you know what? For an older man, hear me out.
Okay.
Uh, the the gentleman from Nami's Island, the one with the spin wheel.
I'm
I
trying to
feel
think.
like he is a. I feel like he is a sly fox in his own right.
Because to be fair, the first season I just watched the recap movie. I did not watch the episodes. So
You remember who Nami's mom is, right?
yes,
Do you remember the dude who was always yelling at Nami?
no,
Uh, uh, uh.
because I did not
The
watch
guy
the
with all the
anime.
scars and the pinwheels.
Yes.
I
What's
genuinely
his
do not
name?
know who you're talking about.
Fuck.
Hold
Let me
on.
see.
One Piece spin wheel. Not spin the wheel. Spin wheel.
Pinwheel.
Images. Old guy.
Genzo.
Huh?
Genzo.
Genzo. Hear me out. I could tell Genzo back in his day was he was in his prime back then, because he's a
Oh.
fairly good looking. I want to say 50-year-old. I want to say because he was roughly already kind of older in when Nami was a child.
Mhm.
So the fact that now he's even older, but he's still got black hair, I'm like, all right, so you were probably in your 30s at the time. It's been a good 10, 15 years, give or take.
He was
So
like 38 by the time they scarred him, apparently.
yeah. I'm like, okay, I can give you that one. Oh, wait, another Sly Fox I could say is the guy who
No,
raised Luffy and Luffy's
Silver
grandpa,
Fox.
Silver Fox. Silver Fox is a term
Okay.
for older gentleman who has gray hair, but
Yes.
is very attractive looking. So the guy who raised Luffy on the island with his brothers and then Luffy's grandfather, both are fairly attractive older men that I can gladly say I enjoy the view. Hate me or love me, the point is I'm not wrong. It's not for
Not wrong on
everybody.
what?
Huh?
That I after googling images, I can agree about Luffy's dad. Grandfather, I'm not so
Not
sure
his
about.
dad.
Dragon?
Dragon, yes, Dragon, yes. Monkey D. Garp,
Wait,
not as
dragon.
much.
I wrote dragon instead of dragon.
Did you see him when he was younger?
I am looking at images now.
Monkey D. Dragon. Monkey D. Dragon, he's a 6 for me. I'll be honest. But the grandpa, I don't know. He just looked right to me. I don't know. I don't know. It's the face shape, maybe. I don't know. He aged like a fine wine.
Wait, is his grandfather
The Vice Admiral? Yes.
the Marine guy that wears the dog?
Yep.
Yes. Oh,
I
wait,
didn't know that.
I'm sorry. In the live action, they announced it. I'm sorry. In the first season.
No, it's okay. I did not finish the first season of the live action, which is why I needed to watch the recap
Fuck!
movie.
That is right. That is a secret till the goddamn Water 7 arc.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I don't mind spoilers. I was like, oh, but that now makes sense why he's
Obsessed.
well, he's training those two guys after he finds out that they're Luffy's friends.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know this character himself, but I found out that there's an older gentleman who raised Luffy on the island, and he's not that bad of a looker himself, I could say.
Go the pic.
Hmm?
Go the pic, because I don't know what you're talking about. I was right.
Man is lost. Hold on.
Because they were raised by mountain bandits, goddammit.
Oh, the somebody had said, hold on, give me a second. The One Piece old guy is the.
Are you talking about the mayor?
He has longer white haired, a chin beard with a slide of a mustache and glasses. Hold on. How do I save image? Hurry up. Be faster. Posting in the One Piece.
One Piece.
One Piece. This man right here. I'm like, hear me out. Just hear me out.
The mayor.
Jess, I think I'm starting to think you like older men.
No, it's only 2 of them. Only 2 of them that I'm like,
Oh, that's Rayleigh. No, that's not his. They didn't raise him. He trained him for 2 years.
That's what did I say? Okay, well,
You
you know
said
what,
he
you're right.
raised him.
I did. You're right. But that man, he look all right too.
Don't allow your horniness to try and tell me lies, goddammit. I've been a
It's
fan
not
since
horny.
forever ago.
I never say I would do it. I just said that there's a possible chance
The way you
that
speak?
no.
We all know you would.
No, I would not. Not that one. His grandfather?
Jazz, if you not, you
Maybe.
know what? You want me to show you something cool? I'm gonna show you something that I know you'd be horny over that. You ever see that motherfucker
You
shirtless?
thought I was like crocodile. I'm concerned about your judgment.
I mean, Des, you kind of swing all over the place, so my ass
really.
probably get a 2 out of 3.
I'm still
Hello?
waiting
Oh,
patiently.
okay.
It got real
Yeah.
quiet.
I
He
could
was-
tell if it got real quieter if my internet connection like cut out for a second.
Mm-mm. This was his brain buffering so he could work real hard to prove me wrong.
So this is him young. I'm getting the picture for when he was young, and then I'll find you one.
You gotta post it in the One Piece.
You do get a shirtless one with him.
Hey yo.
Right? Look,
Yeah,
he's
that's how he
serving.
finds them. That's his whole thing. You'll fucking find out when we get to that arc.
Let me see.
Alright, I will say this is like my personal headcanon about Luffy though. That man is
What?
100% asexual. Like he just wants to adventure and be the pirate king and does not care about romance at all. And I love
That's
think
honestly
so.
the most. That is the most like said thing by everybody in the community.
He has no interest at all.
as an
Franco,
asexual,
you're
it
taking
makes
so
my heart
long.
happy.
I'm just like because
think-
I'm like at first I kind of shipped him and Nami at first the way he treated her when she was begging and in pain, but then you see what's I was
Without
just like
context,
you
that
could tell it's
sounds
full friend.
really out of left field. Think about it.
Wait, this is Rayleigh in his youth?
Yep.
In his youth, maybe.
And then
Not in
look
his
at him
old
without
age.
a
I know, I
Look at
understand.
how ripped that.
And
This motherfucker-
that's
Does he have an 8-pack or a 10-pack? I can't count.
2, 4, 6, 8, and we can't see his V cut yet, so there's space to be played with there. Don't get me wrong. I would gladly touch the cheese board. I'm not going to play with said cheese board. In his youth, though, maybe.
Okay, so what did I come back to? Honestly,
What did
I
you come
just
back?
joined in on the Yeah, I just joined in on the conversation as best as I could.
We
were
were
talking about men.
dividing men. She gets to keep Ace. Ace is hers. She might have to fight Nova. We're not sure on where she stands on it yet.
If I have to fight Nova, then I'm just gonna back out, and I guess I'll go be Team Sanji.
No, I think Zelo's son. Zelo favors Sanji, not Nova. Nova doesn't like him.
No, I'm saying if Nova wants Ace, then I'll go over to Team Sanji. I don't want to fight Nova.
Zoro is cute to look at, but Smoker's not.
Interesting.
I'm kind of sad though because you guys have already expressed that he doesn't get too far. Like he gets further along, but just not that far after a while. And I'm just like, aw,
Who?
Smoker.
Yeah, he gets. That motherfucker gets treated awfully later.
I'm just like, baby boy. Because be real with you, he's a good Marine. He is a good Marine. He does the simple job. Keep everybody safe, everybody's happy, treats his fellow Marines with respect, and does what he has to do to pirates. Because for the most part, pirates are not good people.
Correctamundo.
So I'm like, he is a good example of a good person. And the fact that he sees Luffy is also a good person. I can feel it in his bones. He's confused. He doesn't know how to feel about a pirate who not only saved his life, but also saves a country. Like when he went to Smoker, where he met Smoker, that island, what was it called?
Logtown.
Yes, when he got to Logtown, Luffy had one goal in mind: go stand where, Roger did, And that was it. And then he was like, all right, I'm happy. I'm leaving. That's it. That's all he wanted. Nothing more.
Yep.
That travel the world and become the Pirate King. That's his one goal. And it's like, so when do you have that goal? What are you gonna do? I feel like in Smoker's train of thought, it's like, well, what are you gonna do with that title? Like, what does that mean for you?
Yeah, that's the thing for everyone. Everyone thinks Pirate King is a title of evil, but in all honesty, Luffy just sees it as being the most free man on the sea. And what's being more free than being the guy that's obtained everything the sea had to offer?
Exactly. Exactly.
Anything else I missed while I was gone?
No, that was pretty much it. Let's
Yeah, I
talk
think
about
we
men.
covered it all.
Now, honestly, let me ask, how do y'all like Robin's design?
What do you mean? Her personality or how she's drawn?
Drawn outfits, if you like personality and that's your thing, personality.
I don't trust her yet.
I don't trust her either.
She's
She's too
wily,
back and
that
forth.
one.
Yeah, wily is a great description.
God, I can't. If Nova was here, she'd agree with me when I say, God, I can't wait for Water 7.
By the way,
I also just like
Mhm.
I've recognized that her like theme music, since right, like each character gets a little theme. Hers is like this very erotic jazz, which I think is really interesting.
It's hilarious also because of the fact that a lot of her early One Piece stuff, she's got the fucking cowboy hat.
Yes.
Oh,
Does she lose the cowboy hat at some point?
no, that's
Time skip. Time skip.
By the way,
But a lot of her outfits either consist of a cowboy hat
let me
or
point
some
this
very
out.
tight clothing.
I have to point this out because I saw it happen when it happened and it made me giggle. You know when Robin was basically blocking the soldiers from being able to just like come save the king and Vivi when when Crocodile had them. I was laughing because I was like, so nobody's thinking of just slicing the hands? Y'all have swords. Nobody's thinking of cutting it? Not one person? And when they finally did try, you could see that she physically got cut on her hand. I'm like, y'all were so grossed out by hands, y'all didn't try. I was like,
Some people are genuinely. A lot of people are shocked, and also she's very good at spawning hands to grab the arms of her who she's targeting. Like she did it.
See,
like, obviously,
I understand that, but they still
when you look
succeeded.
back,
4 men succeeded at slicing her.
yeah. But when you look back, remember when she first popped up on the Going Merry and she disarmed Zoro and Sanji?
But she had like 20 hands on a door. At that point, you just start like 10 people start swinging. She gonna have to calculate each person. The door is closed. She has to be able to see them and think about them to do it. Everybody just kind of backed up from the door and was like, ugh.
What the fuck? Yeah. It happens. Some weird shit there, but yeah, her double fleet can be very effective on multiple targets.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know what the hands kind of remind me too of? I don't know if you watched The Little Mermaid growing up, but the little Ursula's little, well, it's all of Ursula's slaves, but just they're just dangling on the sea bottom floor.
Considering how drunk I am, no, I can't remember that.
You're talking about the little creature, like the people she's transformed into little creatures.
Yeah, that's how I imagine her hands to look, and probably how the hands looked to everybody. Just a whole bunch of just. I don't know. I can't take her thing serious. Like I get it. Like when she had the king's hand tied behind his back. Like sure, in that fine. When there's more than like 20 hands on one surface, I'm like, it's just a sea of moving things.
Yeah, until I don't know if she did it on anyone in this arc, But her main ability when doing that
Mm-hmm.
is spawning enough hands on a target,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty much folding them up like a lawn chair. Or if you got like a flip phone,
Yes.
and you fold it the wrong way, that's what she does. That's what she likes to do to you.
I did notice that. She did pull one of those, and I was like, God is back.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, Draco. I'm saving it just so you can see it. I'm gonna post it, and then please don't die,
What do you mean?
cause you laugh too hard and you choke on your own spit.
How dare you? I simply laugh so hard that I don't make any sound.
You come back when you wheezing and catching your breath aggressively.
Oh, these.
It's giving the same motion of those critters. Just
Sort of.
it's the same
Sort
motion.
of the same.
The hand is
Also,
flopping up and down, and those poor souls are flopping back and forth. It is the same exact motion. It is disgusting.
yeah, it probably feels weird too.
Well, no, because I'm assuming they're squishy and watery.
Wanna what they also look like? That one fucking character from SpongeBob that said she hated chocolate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, wait! How have I before? No, because that's kind of perfect, because she's also underwater. Wait!
Chocolate. I remember chocolate. I hated it.
Chocolate.
I always hated it.
Rub it on my back.
Oh no, this chocolate isn't meant for eating, it's meant for rubbing on your body, so you can live forever.
No, please, no, please. Oh, I feel so bad for her daughter.
You know, she's just sick and tired of her ass.
Live forever? Oh, why didn't you start with that? Oh my god. We should probably end it here. Do we have anybody to read out to?
We are 3 minutes away, so let us search for a raid target.
Hey, Nixie, do you have a person?
Ooh, I have several people who are live who could re-raid
If you
out.
want to guide the raid, go for it. Holy shit, we only got 2 people. God.
Did you just what happened to the rest? Everybody tunes in, tunes out. ADHD has multiple tabs. It just happens. Probably just listening via their phone and turned their phone off.
Yeah, there's somebody.
Thing so I don't see it because it bothers the shit out of me sometimes.
I know. It's okay. Don't pay attention to the numbers.
Raid?
No. It's okay. We're only 3 away. So when we're done here, Draco, I'm gonna give you have the job of posting to Twitter and letting them know. Oh, Jacqueline. Nice. Look,
Yeah,
we got 3 people here.
They're doing a birthday subathon,
Ooh.
I think, or donathon. So I felt like that was a pretty good choice.
Nixie, throw on that emote, because I can't ever find the emote that we use for the raid. It's a little rocket ship looking guy.
A rocket ship looking guy.
I'm gonna put stream ending.
Okay.
I put the raid message in just a second.
I found it. Ha ha ha. Oh, there it is. Everybody, thank you for tuning in today to our UwU Jump episode 9. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please follow our Twitch channel. We're very close to our goal in being affiliate officially. Follow everybody who is part of Project UwU, which would be Zila Wolf, Mama Nova VT, Nixie Royd, Draco Storm, and myself, Desiree Lovely. With that being said, Draco, you said that last part because I can never say it the way you do.
Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay safe. Oh wait, Dixie, do you want to say anything before we go?
No, I'm good. You guys got it. Des got it covered.
Awesome. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay safe, stay weird, and may the power of UwU protect you. Peace.
There we go.